No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today, very, very excited to have one of the top Detroit rappers coming out on the scene, Skilla Baby in the building.
What's up, big dog?
How you feeling, man?
Chilling.
Excited to have you here. And, of course, we got Big AD holding it down.
Come on, man.
How you living, man? You just out here in Cali doing the interview circuit, or what you out here for?
I had to shoot a video, and then I did a couple interviews. I did Bootleg Kev yesterday.
Seen that. Can you pull the mic in just a little bit more? Sorry. That's dope, man. Yeah, because I'm going to be honest with you, like a few months ago, 6 months ago or some shit like that, I remember like kind of going down the Skilla Baby rabbit hole and starting to watch all your shit on YouTube and everything. But at the time, I had a little bit of an issue with Sada Baby, so I'm kind of feeling like, oh, man, like I probably shouldn't reach out for an interview.
Shouldn't hold him.
Well, who's the person that I would hit up to be like, yo, let me get a Skilla Baby interview? I would probably hit up Sada because that's probably the person that we know the best in between.
Hit up Eastside Juan, man.
I could have hit him up too, but I don't know if he liked me at the time either.
Oh, he ain't no problem with you.
Y'all grown men, though.
Yeah.
See, you trying to do with your career?
I was still in the position. I wanted to f with him. I just felt like, is he gonna want to with me because I might have an issue with somebody he's real cool with.
I mean, y'all, I don't really think y'all got an issue to me. Y'all had words.
Right. Yeah, it's all water under the bridge now. We still need to have the like personal conversation, but there were some tweets back and forth with us.
I seen it. I laughed.
Yeah? What were your thoughts on the situation? Because I don't know if you know this, but the situation kind of stemmed from the No Jumper news or the No Jumper account posting something that he had said that was a little controversial, and then he felt like that was like a bad friend move on my part because I should have known that would have got him in some trouble.
I mean, I know, bro, so I knew he was going to feel some type of way. But at the end of the day, Twitter is a public social media platform, so I know what happened. A blog going to be a blog, though. Like, I can't. That's all I can say. Like,
yeah, that's true. Because it's like, you know, realistically, the more and more famous you get, the more and more the shit that you say is just going to become shit that the blogs want to talk about, you know?
For sure.
And it's like, yeah, that was kind of like my opinion on it and why I felt like me and him didn't necessarily, or it didn't seem likely that we were going to patch it up at the time, just because it's like, to me, this is just what we do. We have to talk about this going on in public.
that's how you get paid.
Yeah, and I can't really like, you know, because I had a lot of friends over the years who like our friendship basically disintegrated because they weren't cool with the fact that we had to go on the show and talk about them or post about them.
Twitter, the easiest thing you could do on Twitter is say, man, I was hacked. And nobody see you say this shit anyway. You know what I mean?
But
if
you follow Sada Baby for a while, though, you probably knew that wasn't like, this sounds exactly like him.
At the end of the day, bro, like that, though. Like, he like, what he feel, he gonna say it. So, you know, a lot of stuff, he just say that's how he feel. Like, I can't really be like, you know, a lot of stuff I wouldn't even speak on because that's bro.
But you seem a little bit more reserved. Do you have a lot of like controversial opinions, and then sometimes you just like, you almost say it on social media, and then you're like, nah, I don't feel like igniting it right now.
I think we all had controversial thoughts in our head, but I'm really more, like you said, on the reserve side, so I'd rather just not let people know what I'm thinking anyway. For real.
Yeah, because I mean, there's always that option of just saying the craziest that you could think of.
I'm hacked.
And knowing that social media will just explode off of what you say. But like, the thing is that if Skilla Baby does that like 5 times, then all of a sudden people are going to be talking about you like, yeah, Skilla Baby's that fool who'll be wilding the f out on Twitter and saying all the crazy shit. Like, you can get like a reputation for that, which is kind of, it could be good or bad, but a lot of people would probably rather avoid it.
I done been around a few celebrities and stuff, so I'd be like, the social media thing, I don't really judge people off social media because 9 times out of 10, the image that I got in my head of a lot of people, it don't be the same.
At all.
Interesting. Yeah, because you seem like somebody where I've heard you say a bunch of stuff that you seem pretty committed to remaining like a normal person and you want to stay in Detroit. You don't necessarily like being on like some Hollywood. Is that accurate?
He lying. He just told me right now. He get invited to them Hollywood parties now. Skilla Baby's going up.
Like, I like L.A. I wouldn't move to L.A., but I come do like a weekend in L.A. or something. But like, yeah, I don't really want to be too extra. Like,
why? What do you think that LA would change about you?
I don't think it wouldn't change nothing about me. I just, you know how like you be familiar with something. Like,
yeah.
I know what's going on at home.
You don't want to be out of bounds.
Yeah, like.
But in a way, though, does that feel like it would be like challenging yourself? Because when I think about like when I first moved to Long Beach like 12 years ago, it was very like, it kind of sucked. You know, it was like, it was weird just not having my normal friend group around, my normal food spots, all the chicks that I knew. I kind of had to start from scratch. But then at the same time, I did feel like it was like an important challenge for me. Like it challenged me to sort of open up my personality in a way.
For sure. I feel like it'd be a challenge. Like everybody challenging me to do it. Like, but it just be like, I done met some weird people. I ain't gonna disclose
even in this
names,
office, yeah.
Like, I done met some weird people to where it'd be like, I'm familiar at home, like, cause when somebody do something weird to me or something like that, I handle it a different way. Like I don't be wanting to be messy and stuff like that. I'm like the type of person like, if we had a problem, Adam, I'd like ask you to come talk about it in the hallway, and like whatever goes down, that just stay between us, you know.
Right, I respect that. Yeah.
So like a lot of people don't handle stuff like that way, or like it just be a lot of weird stuff going on. Like when you go other places, it's more about like clout and stuff like that.
And see, the thing is out here is like, it's one thing, like you can hang with niggas from here, then you go to them Hollywood parties. That shit weird as fuck. You got to deal with the politics over there too. You know what I mean? You may say something being a real nigga and then they take it and, you know what I'm saying, to try to fuck your career up on top of that shit too. Is messed up.
And when you're in that environment of like Hollywood parties and stuff, you just kind of have to know that like literally anybody who's going to show any kind of interest in me as a human being is only after the fact that I could benefit them in some way. Like if somebody wants to be your friend, the truth is that they want to be friends with an up and coming cool ass rapper that's gonna maybe make them have a poppin' celebrity friend that they could post a picture with or whatever. That's like 99% of it, because nonstop, this is the thing that you hear as a person who's not from LA. Or I mean, I've been here for 12 years, so I feel like I have a decent vantage point, but you hear everybody in LA is fake. Everybody's fake. And it's like, yeah, kind of. Like there is an element of that, but like also some of the realest people you will ever meet in LA live here. But then all the fake people come here to be fake and to feed off each other.
This is the problem. People move from out of town,
right,
live in LA, and they populate the scene. And then people come out here and be like, LA people are fake. Right. No, nigga, go south of the 110, meet the real motherfuckers. That's the real LA, not this Hollywood bullshit. You it'd be somebody from your own city that you like, man, oh, he from LA. Like, no, nigga, he ain't from LA. Nigga, it's a big transplant of everybody. It's a mixing pot of gumbo. That shit weird, not the real LA.
Whereas nobody moves to Detroit to like suck up clout, right? No. For the most part, it wouldn't really work.
No. I don't think nobody, a lot of people scared of me to move to Detroit.
But I feel like Detroit actually is so lit that maybe could be a thing now.
No, it's cool as hell. Like, it's been cool as hell. People just never, like, the image that we got, people just think like it's super violent, but everywhere else super violent too. So it's like, it ain't nothing, no different.
Yeah, they told me that in Detroit, if you get pulled over by the cops, unless you got like a gun or a pound of coke, that you're pretty much going to get left alone, that they pretty much are like ignoring everything because they got so much serious shit going on.
It ain't even that. They just, in Detroit, when you go to the outskirts of Detroit, like the suburbs, they taking your ass to jail. But in Detroit, it's like, they just leave you alone. Like, they'll pull up playing my music. Like, I done got pulled over, no license. I'm driving 120. They done pulled me over like, oh, you Skilla Baby? Man, keep doing music. Stay out of trouble.
Really?
And yeah, I done had bullshit in the car, and they still let me go. For real.
What's bullshit?
Bullshit.
Hey. Not when I'm here.
Okay. But here's a question going back to the loyalty question or whatever. So like Sada was talking about this on Twitter the other day, is that I guess a lot of fans felt like it was a little mixy that you were working with T Grizzly because T Grizzly and Sada have their history together and everything. Is that something that you even mentioned to Sada, or is that just kind of your understanding that he doesn't want you to shy away from working with somebody just because he might have had an issue?
I haven't talked to Sada about that. I don't think we're going to talk about it. He know I don't mix my business with personal stuff. Unless somebody died or got beat up or shot, I don't mix my business with personal.
Right.
I ain't going to do it.
That's what I was thinking, because I'm like, that shit ultimately was just like a artist signing that didn't really work out. It's not like some life or death shit, right?
Yeah, that I don't get into people business what go on with their money and stuff like that, because like at the end of the day, Sada my brother, like I said, I'm standing right with him, but I also got a career, you feel me? So me and T not the best of friends, but we can work. Like I said, I work with my own ops if it makes sense. And I still try to smoke their ass right after.
How would it make sense though? How would it make sense to work? Like because the only way it would make sense is if they were so popular that you would have to be insane not to do a song with them.
That's
but
what
then
I'm
also,
trying to
why
tell
would they
you.
want to work with you if they were so popular? Like you couldn't resist the. I don't see it happening.
I'm not a person that'll walk in this room. Like, say I had a problem with AD. I ain't gonna tell you like, yeah, I got a problem with him. I'm gonna sit right next to him, and we can handle our problem after we get off camera. Because if this podcast gonna make me money or further my career, and I gotta sit next to AD, I'm gonna do it.
You a smart man.
I haven't sitting next to him for a few years, holding back feelings. So I feel you.
Oh man,
Damn. Okay. But
I like him, man. He good.
No, yeah, definitely. I like that idea though that you could just sit here. But that is the question: is like, do you talk to him in the hallway beforehand, or do you talk to him afterwards?
No, get the business done.
And
first.
does it depend on how
done.
intense the conversation was going to be?
You gotta get the business done. See, you was talking about that T and Sada stuff. Like, a lot of stuff, people problems, I don't even be understanding where they stem from. You feel me? So, like, I don't get into people business. Like I said, like somebody died or got shot or something, I don't really be into it because, like, I don't even get into my females and my family business. Like, if they into it, they know they can't even talk to me about that shit. Like,
Really?
my mama would tell you she'll try to talk about my auntie or something, and I don't got nothing to do with it, because at the end of the day, what if 10 years from down the line, y'all get back cool? You feel me?
Right.
And I'm just not into it with somebody because somebody else into it. I done seen a couple of people that I know get into it with people, then they be back cool with them, and I don't like that person.
Right.
And because I'm not getting back cool with somebody. I don't do that. Like,
Then they look at you funny too.
they looking at you funny, you know? Especially if, like, say I'm cool with y'all, and y'all knew each other before me. You feel me? So if y'all get into it, that don't got nothing to do with me. Y'all knew each other before I knew y'all.
But isn't there a part of you that wants to just like be the judge and like really hear both sides of it and be like, you know what? I think AD's in the right. I'm riding with AD on this particular situation. Like you would just prefer to stay completely neutral?
For sure, because y'all not kids.
He got a real smart way of thinking.
I'm a
More
big
people
kid.
need to think like that.
You get further in life by minding your business.
But as a rapper, people don't want you to mind your business.
But as a rapper, I want to mind my business even more.
Yeah, I could see it. But then at the same time, like, don't you feel like as a rapper that you're just expected to, like, you can't really ignore smoke? Like, if there's issues going on, you just gotta.
Yes, you can.
You can?
Because people would talk and say it's smoke, and then they walk in the room and y'all walk right past each other.
And that ain't smoke.
Yeah.
The rapper smoke be like the weakest smoke ever.
WWE.
It's the weakest smoke ever.
If it's real, we can't sit in the room together.
No.
But so you've had that situation where there's been people you had interactions with that were negative online, and then you see them in real life and they don't do anything?
For sure. But I'm not really negative online. Like if I get out of character online, then I'm really at that point. So it just be like, I done had people like, a lot of people, you know, once you get like a certain amount of followers, people think like when they DM you or something, you don't see it.
Right.
But the whole time I be still looking through my DMs. I see somebody talking crazy to me or something from the city or something like that. And when I see them out, they pull their ski mask up and try to walk past me or something. You know how
But you're just ignoring them? You're not responding to somebody who ain't on your level on Instagram and none?
why would I?
Right.
Why would I be mad at somebody that got less than me? Like, that's the definition of crashing out. Because somebody tell you, like, somebody disrespected you, Adam, go do something, right? And then when you go do something, they go tell you done for going to jail.
Every time.
Well, nobody's saying that you got to go shoot them. But, you know, they want to see you react, I guess.
These
like,
fans ain't realistic, though.
What's the react, though? What's reaction? What's the
go on your story and say, you a punk ass
Bitch-ass
bitch.
nigga when I
Fuck
see
your
you.
cousin. He just looks at me
these
like,
fans,
nah. Doesn't
these
sound
fans
like
are
me.
not realistic. They'll sit there and be like, he said this. They want y'all to literally drive, kill each other, and then rap about it and tell them, like, nigga.
Friends, family, everybody be egging stuff on that they ain't supposed to. Like, sometimes I get mad at like some of the homeboys if they like say they know how Sada is, right? Boom. They'll see some messy shit and go tell him, knowing you gonna go react. You feel me? That's not being a good friend. That's not being a good friend. Knowing they gonna crucify him on Twitter for saying something or Instagram, you know.
Sounds like me. No, but I was thinking about that the other day because I had somebody who was in my family send a screenshot of somebody talking shit about me, and I was just like, yeah. I'm like, you know, you don't have to do that. Like, you could just not send that to me. Like, because it doesn't bother me because realistically, I was going to see that either way. But you might not realize that I got 1,000 of those that I could look at every day. And when I'm just talking to my family, I don't really want to be talking about me as a famous person or me as a person who's getting criticized publicly. Like I know you're looking at that and you're feeling a certain type of way, but you could just keep it to yourself. I don't want to, when I'm talking to you, I don't want to be reminded of that.
And then too, tell me good morning or something first.
Yeah, sure.
Don't send me the bullshit.
Like, you don't want to be Adam22 when you at home on Christmas. That's why I'm trying to get to tell my family. Like, I don't want to be Skilla Baby every time I got to talk about music every day. When I go home, I want to be regular me again. Like, I grew up with y'all, so why y'all so, like, of course you'll be excited to see me, but it's no difference in me at 12 years old and me now. I love you the same. I act the same.
Yeah, so like, but that's what you want. Because, all right, I remember somebody telling me one time about this pop star, this it's Post Malone. I heard somebody telling me that Post Malone, even though he's this successful and this famous and stuff, that they hung out with him and that the vibe was just that he was kind of lonely. Like, and I was like, damn, like, why doesn't he just have his boys from back in high school and shit on the road with him? And they're like, bro, think about it. Like, his boys from high school are probably weird-ass clout chasers just like everybody else. Like, he's so famous that he can't get away from that, and he has to kind of, like, wonder the motives of, like, almost everybody he's hanging out with. And in that moment, I just realized that, like, really being that famous is a fucking prison.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like being, like, the little famous that I am. It's just being that famous just sound like you said, like you just a circus animal or something. Like every time somebody want to see me, they want to hear me say hi or something. Like, I'm not no lion like that, no cat. You feel me? They want to poke a lion and make it roar, like.
And then you take on everybody's problems.
For sure.
All everybody's problems now become your problems.
For sure.
You the family member that can save us.
You already got that? The Cash App requests are already coming in?
You want to see my Cash App?
I just wonder because
no,
I hear about it from him. They're like, you know, if you got broke ass people in your family and they find out you're getting money, it just gets kind of crazy, right?
Even if you wasn't even that for your family, like
real shit.
Like I was that for my immediate family, but now they think I'm the family savior, like for real. But we like people you ain't even had relationships with, like you ain't never asked me for nothing. How I'm changing, you change. You feel me? So that's how I just be though. But I understand that I asked God for this role in life, so I don't complain about it.
Right. Because when would you say that you actually became committed to chasing the rapper dream?
Probably like last year. I always did it, like, and I was like consistent with it. But like last year, I just felt like I could really do something with it. But Sada was a big motivation for me because, you know, I was with him like all the time. So like I seeing somebody do it and like be successful with it. Like, so bro was a big motivation for that, for sure.
He really pushed you too.
For sure.
Like I feel like just as much he promoted himself, he promoted you.
For sure.
Because I used to be like, damn, he pushed this nigga hard. Let me listen to his music. I'm like, all right, that nigga his shit hard. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Because a lot of times you got to see a rapper's name 3, 4, 5 times before you're even like, all right, what's he doing? I'm going to click this.
But a lot of people that are coming up, they're coming up themselves. They don't sit there and be like, let me put the spotlight on my real homeboy. You know what I mean? I've seen niggas be like, hey, let you do this first. Let me do this first, and then I'm going to come bring you in. It's like, nah, we're going to push this shit together. And I think more people need to be like that.
For sure.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of rappers really like co-signing their artists. to that extent. They'll do like one song or some shit, or like put them on their album one time. But I feel like Sada was really like, fuck, I'm gonna flood the market with shit with this dude.
And even going to the studio with these niggas one day, I'm like, nigga, okay, 20, 30 niggas, everybody freestyling in the parking lot. They're like, you doing this song, you doing this song, go in this room, do this. I'm like, they doing it the right way.
Right. One thing I saw a writer, like a music reviewer, say when I was reading some shit about you is he said that maybe early on that it was hard for you to stand out when you're rapping on songs with Sada because his rap style is so fucking weird and unorthodox and all over the place. He's screaming, he's muttering, he's just changing his voice so much throughout verses and stuff, and that is kind of like a big presence to be next to on a track. So how do you approach that? Do you think that does that change how you come to a track when you guys are working together?
I really found myself like I had like a rude awakening one day, cause like Sada was trying to do a song with Dollar. That's cause like he was doing something with Curse Dollar, and Dollar was like, I'm not getting on that. That's not my type of beat. Then I just started thinking about it like I'm doing a lot of stuff that just ain't me. All the up-paced stuff that ain't me, all the weird unorthodox stuff. Like I could try, but it ain't me. Like I pick and choose my battles now, like with the beats and stuff like that. Like at first I was just getting on anything, just doing it just because, you know, like I'ma just be consistent. But then I'm like, I'ma learn myself what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, what my voice sound like. You know how you learn as you go, study the music, stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely, because I feel like there's a stage in your life as a rapper where you're like, you know, you're prideful. You're like, I want to be able to hop on any beat and do my thing. But I've definitely heard a lot of rappers in the studio where they like make a song and it's just clearly like not the kind of beat they should hop on, and they're actually self-aware enough to be like, yeah, all right, I'm not going to put that out. Which I think that takes a while as a rapper to learn that. And it takes some confidence for somebody to play you a beat and be like, we're going to get on this. And you're like, nah, I'm going to wait for the next one.
Yeah. So I've been doing that a lot lately. Like, if it ain't me, it just ain't me. I ain't going to force it. Like, and I think that just helped me a lot more.
Right. Definitely. Okay, so I want to ask about this too, like, because you seem like, where does your, like, because I'm trying to look up Skilla Baby beef. I'm trying to figure out who you got issues with. Couldn't really find anything aside from the one situation that happened at Lando's studio, and but it felt like you refused to even put out any kind of aggression or negative energy about even some shit like that.
Yeah, because like you just don't do that. You leave stuff in you let street shit be street shit. I'm on rapper time right now. So,
right.
Like, and then like you give negative energy to negative stuff, you get negative results.
Right.
So like, and then when you just like when you nurse certain shit, like you just let that shit be. Like, you know, I ain't gonna be on TV and cameras incriminating myself and talking about people. I don't even give people negative energy. I love everybody.
Right. But so in that situation, the other side or the other people involved, they were talking about it online though. So does that change how you want to approach it? Because it feels like you're adhering to a certain code, but then the other people there are maybe not concerned with that, right?
I got a lot of homeboys in jail. I know how the police shit work. I just, like, I went to jail one time. I'm going to tell you a story. I went to jail one time, right? And there was this white guy. He kept calling me the N-word, kept calling me out my name, B-words and shit.
Not me. Wasn't me.
Kept calling me out my name. I'm letting him do it. Because I really get to go home early, but I know if I do something, they're going to take my little extra days back on. So I got to a point to where I just got fed up. But I'm wondering why he keep calling me these N-words and B-words, but he just sitting calm like this. Like he just sitting calm. N-word, B-word, N-word. But the the cameras only, it don't got audio. So when I get up and I chase him around the room and I smack the shit out of him, I look like the aggressor. You feel me? So it's really like, it's like the image. Like, you feel me? I don't want to look like the aggressor in situations. You gotta be smart. Like, I was telling you that story because soon as he called me all them N-words and B-words, soon as I smacked him, he called the CO on me and told on me.
Man, that's crazy too, because from his perspective, if he just wants to fuck your day up, I mean, him fighting you is like whatever, but him being able to get you in trouble within the jail system, that's like he's going to cause you way more grief that way, right?
Sent me to C-Max. That's like the hole for the county jail. They sent me to Max fast as hell. I really was a trustee. So you feel me? Fucked my job up, all that shit.
Right.
So I smacked him, lost my job, couldn't get out early, like made my mama and my girl mad, like they was sad about it. So I'm saying that to say this, like when you on camera looking like the aggressor, it don't even matter if somebody bothering you.
Right.
You gonna be, it's like the second person always get in trouble.
Right.
You don't be the first person.
It's true.
So you gotta just be smart how you move.
I was watching that feeling like, oh, this is how other people feel about No Jumper. Because it's like something crazy happened in somebody else's studio, and I'm looking at the comments, and some people are like, man, Lando tripping, like Lando shouldn't have let this happen, whatever. I'm like,
I want people to know, though, Lando had nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
Let Lando be Lando. We all know how Lando is, bro. Lando ain't no street nigga, bro. Lando really a good nigga. Everybody got some bad tendencies and stuff, but Lando a good nigga. He pushing Baby Trying. He then took Baby Trying to the next level.
There's not a lot of media opportunities in Detroit anyway, so he's opening doors for a lot of people.
Let that man be successful. Like, give Lando his flowers. He done did a lot of stuff for the hip-hop in Detroit. Like, give Lando his flowers.
What does Detroit hip-hop need, though? Like, what would be the best things that could happen to the city in terms of, like, the people having more opportunities and stuff? Because the thing about Lando shit is that if you look at LA, there's like 20 things like that, 20 different places you go do an interview or whatever. So it's kind of like, is that the future of Detroit, or I don't know?
I think in Detroit, everybody want to be a rapper, and there's more opportunities. If people are smart, they'll pick up a camera, or they'll start a vlog, or they'll do other stuff. They'll open a studio. Like, them opportunities, you can make a lot of money off that. Everybody want to be rich and famous, so like it's kind of hard. Everybody in Detroit want to be a rapper, but you come to Hollywood or LA or even Atlanta, you got 20 cameramen, you got 20 vlogs, you got all that. So
and you can get rich and famous doing that.
You could get rich and famous doing that. So, but nobody thinking like that. Everybody they don't even know how hard it is to be a rapper. Then a lot of times the rapper don't. Like, see, my situation different because I, studied the business before I just jumped out here. But a lot of times the rapper is not the man with the money. He's not the man with the pool. He's not the man that's calling those shots. So that's why I don't really too much hang around a lot of rappers, because I'd rather hang with the managers or the man that's behind the rappers.
But when you look at your career and what you've accomplished as a musician, though, do you want to be a dope street rapper, or do you want to make huge hits that are on the fucking radio or everything like that? Because there's a lot of different different levels that you could potentially reach in your career, and I'm wondering which one you're kind of aiming for at this point.
I want to be a stadium artist. I went to Kendrick Lamar concert, then I seen Rod Wave. That shit just seemed so dope. Rod Wave can just get on the stage and not say nothing. The whole arena just sing word for word. I want to be like that. I want to learn the business, and I want to better myself in this shit. I don't just want to be a street and walk into the clubs all day. That's the money be good, but it'll be that should be deja vu for real.
What, just doing the club walkthrough type shit?
That should be deja vu. People I don't want to see standing next to a whole bunch of people that's just staring at me. I don't like that, for real.
Yeah. I've never done that, but I could imagine that you would start to feel very objectified, and it would just feel so silly to be out here late at night, all these drunk people around you, and you're just kind of walking in, hey, how you doing?
For sure.
Every night.
Definitely. But okay, what do you credit you having a good head on your shoulders? Because it seems like you're very business minded and stuff you studied the music business, so you didn't want to get taken advantage of. That's stuff that you don't really see a lot of young rappers really concerning themselves with. So what do you credit that? Is it your parents or what was it?
I was raised right for sure. But then I surround myself by good people and people. I don't surround myself you don't see me with a bunch of young guys or people my age. I do got friends that young, wild, and reckless, but it's a time and a place for everything. I just feel I got to surround myself by people that's going to inspire me to do more. See, it's cool to be young and wild, but I really I've been since I was young, I've been hanging around all older people. So by me hanging around all older people, I was around the people trying to get the money and stuff like that. I always wanted to get the money. Like, I ain't never mind getting a job. Like, I've been working since I was 14, 15. Like, I always wanted money.
What was your last job before you went full-time rapping?
Captain J.
What's that?
What's that?
It's a chicken spot.
Oh, shit.
Fried chicken.
Now I know why you laughed when he said it. Damn, is it like a dope spot? It's better than Popeyes? Or?
No, that shit weak.
Oh.
It's cool. Like, it's cool, but like when you work in fast food, like food spots, you be like, notice it turn you off from the food because you notice how
Right.
bad the tendencies are in there. Like, and just,
You see behind the curtain.
yeah, like how unsanitary it is and stuff.
A lot of things are like that, though. Once you've seen somebody like make a bunch of rap songs in the studio, you start to realize how rap songs are made. And like once you see a label push a song, you start to realize like, oh, so this song didn't just become popular. Like this was a whole thing.
There's
I
a
feel-
lot-
that's got to be like watching the fucking dirty ass fryer in back of Popeyes, and you see them
I
not
don't give a
clean
fuck.
it for
If that
2
shit
weeks.
is dirtier, the better that shit
Yeah,
is.
you're right. With Popeyes,
That
I'm down.
Popeyes
Yeah.
for sure.
I ain't gonna lie, Popeyes is shit.
You don't fuck with it.
I know it's the shit.
Oh, it is.
Shit.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad. I feel like that's one fast food spot that everybody can kind of agree is really good.
For sure.
That shit, my girl hates it, so fuck her.
Really?
Yeah, right? She's just like, doesn't think it's. And usually when she says that, though, I'll order it and I'll be eating in front of her and I'll be like, it's not
Next
good.
time, give her a biscuit, dry one. Take care of the job for
The
you.
older I get, the more the biscuits don't really thrill me.
Shit, with the honey.
With the honey on it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The honey is out of here.
No, the butter.
Yeah.
The butter and the honey. Okay, so, oh yeah, you were talking about, or just how you got into having the right mentality in terms of wanting to take your business in the right direction. Oh wait, no, we were talking about fast food after that. But okay, you were doing the fast food stuff. That was the last job. How did you end up quitting, or how long ago was that?
Sada really told me quit. Bro really told me quit. Like, he told me, like, this was really when he was starting to flourish too. Like, I'm gonna come in there and make you quit. I'm gonna embarrass you. I'm like, damn, I really gotta quit. I'm walking to the studio, like, I was fucked up too. But he seen, like, my determination. So he like, you gotta quit. You feel me? I'm walking to the studio, I'm walking home, but I'm not telling him this. Then one day he just found out I was doing that shit. Like, I think I showed up to the club, chicken pot grease and flour on me and shit. For real.
Wow, that's crazy though. He saw you having all this talent, even when you weren't really like doing anything. Like, was he believing in you just because of the music?
I think he really seen my determination more than anything. And then, like, I grew up with his little brother, and then some more mutual people was telling him I got talent and stuff. So he, like, had me come around. But I was talking to my mama, like, I don't really go around people, like, you feel me? Like, I don't care how famous somebody is. Like, I got to field dog out. Like, I don't know if he a bullshit ass nigga. So I was really reluctant for real. That's why, like, at first he like telling me to quit my job. I'm like, no, I don't really know y'all like
Gotta
that.
make sure.
For sure, like, I don't really know y'all like that. So then he would just kept telling me, like, and then, like, he just, like, real nigga shit, he had me with him all day, every day. Like maybe not all day, every day, but all the events and all that shit. Like, we hanging on the block, all that shit. Like, so, like, I started fucking with Sada. Everybody on the east side started fucking with me because I was really from the west side. But everybody started fucking with me on the east side. So it's just like, bro, it's a blessing and all that.
Is that awkward ever? Because I don't know exactly about the politics in Detroit, but I've seen a few YouTube videos about various sides of town not getting along.
I don't get into that. I don't get into that. A lot of that shit be fake, man. Cause if I get into it, I'm head first. Like, if I crash out about something, I'm gonna crash out. So I don't get into a lot of, like, everybody will tell you, like, bro, if y'all get into it, bro, if he with me, don't touch him. Don't do nothing. Cause I'm gonna crash out about that. And then if I'm with him today and I'm with Dog tomorrow and you see him with me, don't, you feel me? Cause I'm not in it. I tell somebody real quick, bro, you ain't crashing about what I got going on. You ain't shot nobody, so don't even come at me. You feel me? I ain't gonna disrespect y'all, what y'all got going on, though. Like, I never even speak on it with y'all. When you see me with him, don't speak on him. I'm not getting into it. I don't do that. I fuck with everybody for real, for real. It be hard to be like that, but you got to, because like I said, like you will find yourself in something and somebody will tap out on you. Like,
real shit.
But so when you, in terms of you having your mentality on, right about music and the business, how much of that comes from Sada too? Because he's kind of like, maybe not been like fully jerked around the way that some artists do, but he's definitely been involved in situations that he ended up regretting or not being happy with, that I'm sure he wished he didn't have to experience firsthand. Like, how much of that does he kind of put you on about?
I learned, I be learning about being there. Like, Sada might not be hands-on with the business. He wanted, like you got two different type of artists. You got a lot of artists that focus more on their music than their business, and they got a team around them that focus on the business. Like, that's how Sada is, more like that. I want to be hands-on. Like, even I just signed, I told my label, like, you ain't got to shoot everything to them. Put me in a group message. I want to know what's going on. Like, I want to check my numbers. Send me my numbers every week, all this. Like, I got to know. That's just how I was, like, raised. Like, every point count. Like, when you hustling, you really know that. Like, every point count, whatever, that don't matter. It don't matter if you selling weed, selling shoes, every point count, like every one of them. So I got to know that.
So what was the process you signed into the label like?
A big ass bill or I ain't never been through that though.
Right.
So like it was kind of overwhelming.
I
like,
bet.
It was overwhelming. Like I'm committed to one label and then somebody else came with a better offer.
Right.
Or their counter offer just had some. I ain't got to put this in there. They don't get this. I get that. I keep that. So, like, I had, like, it was a long process.
And you're meeting with all these labels, and it's like, they're all nice. They all seem like they want the best for you. But, like, what the fuck do you know about which one is the best or which one would be the best long term? Or you don't know if maybe this one had a completely different staff 6 months ago or, like, that shit was trippy when I was going through that of dealing with labels and shit where it's like, I'm talking to people in the industry. They're like, well, this label's kind of, they don't have anybody popular right now. So they might give you more money because they really need you. Whereas, realistically, you might be better off going with somewhere
that's
that
gonna
is
get you more push,
that has a better track record of making shit hot.
You hear it all. This label's this label's this label's this. And that's kind of like why when Blast went to Red Bull, they're like, why would you go to Red Bull? Like, nigga, they get to put all their resources behind you.
But Red Bull must have
on you.
Do they have like a partnership with a label or something, or is it
booming.
all just them?
He's booming. Bro, he's the only artist that I know on their label.
Yeah.
But the fact that they can put all their resources towards him, to me, that's a better fit than being on a roster of 50 people and they have to fucking, you know what I'm saying? Give all their resources to everybody and the top people. Like, nah, that's way better.
It would be like signing a QC. It's like, yeah, if you are popping, they have more resources than damn near anybody to make you hot. But then at the same time, you're going to be competing against Lil Baby every single day of your career for resources, right?
For sure. But then it's all about how you and your lawyer negotiate things. Like, that's a big part of it. And I had to learn that. Like, I probably got one of the best contracts in, like, Detroit history, for real. Like, top 2 or 3 for sure. But I got a good lawyer and I got a good team. And then I surrounded myself by people that been in it for a minute that then fucked up on somebody else's contract and then got better at it, like,
Right.
So it's really you, and it's about what you want from it, though. Like you just said, like, you might want to be a big-ass nightclub rapper or street rapper. It's about if you want to be a stadium artist, whoever there that they push to be a stadium artist, or it's like all that go into play. Like, you got to negotiate. What if they might want your merch or your back catalog. You gotta know how to negotiate all that, like, cause all this should be important. Like, they might give you more money and take everything from you,
Yeah, because there's so many people throughout our life. When you think about back in your early 20s and you heard about somebody getting signed to a record deal, like, you just thought they were instantly successful and they were instantly rich. And now when you look at that, you're like, oh, so that's like a loan. And that is by no means a guarantee that you're going to be successful. It's a nice step in the right direction, but it don't mean that you're a sure thing at all.
But even back then, you had real gatekeepers. And it was like, if you don't sign this, you won't be on BET. You won't get on this magazine. You won't get on MTV. So they kind of had no choice.
Whereas you made yourself hot.
For sure.
You know, Sada's help, like, but obviously it's like for the most part, you made music videos and put them on YouTube and they blew up. So it's like, to what extent do you feel like you need the label? What do you think they're bringing to the table that you really need?
Like that though, like he said, it's still gatekeepers though. Certain rooms you can't get in. This shit like a secret society.
He wasn't gonna give you no interview.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I thought he was not gonna want to do the interview.
But it be like that. It might be if somebody from the label that called and be like, we need this interview. Like, you know, it's gatekeepers for sure and shit. Like, I just got signed, right? A lot of people from Detroit, even the people I've been fucking with my whole life, like I knew my whole life, now they hang with me and stuff like that. Like, and I don't got no hard feelings towards it. It's just this shit is secret society. I got signed, like, I got in Lil Baby private parties and all type of shit. Like, you feel me? Like, as before, I was just like a normal person. This shit like a real secret society. That's why I don't go into this shit like I was telling you with my feelings. I know it's a business.
Right.
Like, you feel me? You gotta, why would you fuck with me if I can't help you? Like, that don't even make no sense.
That's one thing that I've always heard. Use with good intent. Use with good intent.
What does that mean?
That means like
use me, but do it for the right reason.
Yeah, no, not for the right reason. But like he said, he got something to bring to the table. You feel me? Don't be malicious with it. So like, okay, I got something that can help you. You got something that help me. Let's use each other the right way and keep it pushing. Versus, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me be fake behind your back, do something and try to get up. Like, nah, let's use each other to get to that next level.
It's like, would you give me an interview on Adam on No Jumper? Like, that don't even make sense. If I had an interview before, you just helping me. Like, you giving me a platform to talk about nothing. Like, I don't have nothing going on. Like, I might have music, like, but I got something going on. Like, you see, you got questions you can ask me. You can ask me about who I'm in tour with, what Sada got going on, who I signed to.
Right.
But as if before, it's just like, we've just been talking.
I have an interview coming up in a couple of days, and there's like a older gangster gentleman who was trying to get me to interview him for a while, and I turned it down a while ago, but now he's signed to a label and is kind of popping, so I'm going to do the interview. And I'm already picturing this dude hitting me up and being like, I told you 6 months ago, a year ago. And it's like, yeah, but bro, he's in a different place in his career now. Like, you know, that's the whole thing is it's like he
got some value to bring to the table.
Yeah, like, but
in your eyes.
But I respect somebody like him because a lot of these rappers are like super early in their career, haven't done shit begging for an interview. I mean, he's like coming out and doing interviews and stuff. And you did a couple of interviews before, but like you waited till a time in your career where you actually had shit to talk about. I think it's a huge mistake for artists to go and do a shitload of interviews like super early on when they don't have shit to talk about.
For sure, because ain't nobody gonna see right now. Somebody gonna click on my name and be like, he did an interview with Adam. You feel me? AD, but before it's just like, what do he got to talk about? They want to hear me talk about what I got going on in the streets and shit like that. They're going to click this and I'm going to be not talking about it. You feel me?
And then too, you'll see an artist, you give them, hey, do this as a favor. Comes out, 8,000 views. Now they clowning you because they're like, nigga, your shit not even doing good. You done shot yourself in the foot. You should have waited until you developed yourself more. Bam. And your shit just rise the fuck up.
If you were my artist, we would be talking about the interview thing, like, oh, we're going to strategize. Once we get to this point, we're going to do this interview. You know, it's like it should be a very deliberate thing.
For sure. Like, it's a time and a place. Like, everything is about time. And, like, say you do an interview with me 8 months ago and I ain't had nothing going on. Then I got something going on now. And I got 8,000 views. And now you like, I don't want to do no interview with you no more. Because why? You see what we did the first time? That's just, a lot of people just, like, I remember Mazzo told me this, like, before I had anything going on, like, I could rap and stuff like that. I did a feature with Mazzo. I'm like, I need a manager. And he like, you don't need no manager right now. You need a manager when you got stuff to manage. And I ain't take that to heart like, damn, he trying to help me. No, he was right. Like, why would I get somebody 20% of nothing? Now I'm in the hole.
That's real. I like this bar. You said, I want to kill a man every time I'm mad, but then I pray to God and you talk to your dad.
Mm-hmm.
What was, do you really have that kind of like anger in certain situations? And like, what is it that helps calm you down?
Of course. I'm religious. Like, I ain't religious. I'm like spiritual. So like, a lot of times I won't even respond to like something you say until I think about the right response. So it'd be like, in situations like that, I get mad, but then it'd be like, is this the right thing to do? Like, I ain't saying I'm soft or nothing like that, like by no means, but a lot of stuff just ain't the right thing to do right now, you know? It's a right time and a place for everything.
Right.
Every time.
But so right after that in that bar though, then you say, my family always tells me I'm just like my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Where does that come from? Like what do you feel like you got from your dad personality wise?
Like that right there, like think about everything. My dad was a real thinker, so everything was calculated, even what we was gonna eat next week, like he already knew. So I think and then the business mindset, like my dad was real, like he did taxes and shit like that, so
Really?
he was like, that's why I'm big on like every point count and all that, because I already know how that go.
Right.
Like we was going back to the family thing, like I was telling my family, like, say everybody think I got all this money, right? But who gonna help me pay it back?
How could they think that with all this jewelry on?
But then it'd be like this. Who gonna help me pay it back? Say I get $1 million. I gotta pay my lawyer. I gotta pay my team. And then it's on me to pay this label back. But everybody gonna help me spend the money. And when it's spent, you gonna tell me. I ain't tell you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And you ain't gonna help me pay it back.
Right.
And they're going to laugh at you.
For sure. That's why I tell people, I'm going to get you everything you need. Like, for sure. You need it, call me. For everything you want, you're not getting that from me. For sure.
Right.
So I got that.
Oh, Christmas with Skilla.
What's your relationship with your dad like at this point, though? How does he feel about what's happening to you?
My dad passed when I was like 14, 15.
Oh, damn.
Apologies, yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I be laughing at, like, I'm fucked up in the head. Like, I be laughing, like, talking about my daddy sometimes. Like,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
In what way? Like it doesn't strike you as like a sad memory? You feel like you're celebrating his life?
Laughing like sometimes, like, damn, that mean ass nigga dead as hell. Like, but I don't mean it like no malicious. Like, I just be like, everybody in my family fucked up in the head like that except my sister. Like, if you talk about my sister daddy, she gonna fucking around and cry. But like, I'll just be like, I know how my daddy was. Like, my daddy told me before he died, like, nigga, I ain't gonna always be here. Like, he talked to me like that. Like, so it ain't hard for me. Like, if you talk about my daddy, like, you ain't gotta say, like, I'm sorry for your loss and all that. Cause I accept it. Like, he made me accept it before he even.
A long time before.
You feel me? Like, so it was easy for me to deal with.
But you didn't even have this rapper dream when he was still around, right?
No.
So how does it feel knowing that you've pretty much already accomplished something that, you know, he probably never could have predicted?
I know he's smiling down at me. Like, my daddy wouldn't want me to try rapping. He was a full supporter after I would have got, like, doing it good. But, you know, that's natural because, like, my daddy had me at 52. So, like,
Whoa.
he was born at 46. So, you know, like,
Holy shit. That just totally changes my perspective on him. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like.
So he wasn't like a young man when he.
No,
okay.
His, like, perspective on this shit was like, nigga, go do something that's gonna take care of the family, like, you feel me? But, like, my daddy wanted me to go play basketball. I was good at it. I got all the trophies and stuff. So he was like, sometimes we used to catch the bus or walk to practice or games and shit. So I got a lot of determination from him, like, keep going, like, that type of stuff.
What ended the hoop dreams again?
Shit, life. Like, you know how, like, you just, after you get out of Little League and stuff like that, I was the man in high school on the team and shit like that. But then that shit become a job. Like, that shit not fun no more.
I got ashtray.
That shit ain't fun. It's fun, but it'd be like it's a job. Like, I don't want to go to first I ain't have to go to no weight room and do 2-a-days and all that shit. I ain't got to worry about college and shit like that.
Yeah, like that is always a weird thing when I'm talking to people on here and I realize that they were so passionate about a sport for fucking 10 years from when they're a little kid to like 16. And then all of a sudden, girls, drugs, gangs, money, whatever, like all these little things just start poking up and like it kind of makes you understand how determined you have to be a professional athlete. You have to be able to take all this shit and just put it aside and just focus on this.
For sure, because even after you make it to the league, like, you still got to live your life how you really don't want to live your life. And then I I thought about that. Like, they got all this money, right? They can do all that shit, do whatever they want, but they really can't. Like the NBA, really like the feds. They really know everything you're doing. Why wouldn't they?
And then too, they hold them to a higher standard, and it's super time consuming. You're away for so much, you miss so much. So if you got kids and shit like that too, but I feel like that's kind of the thing with athletes and rappers, where it's like, damn. You make all this money, but most of the time you're gonna miss them important moments, especially if you got kids. You may miss you may be out of town somewhere, you got a family member that's sick, they may pass away and shit too, but it's that fucking discipline. It's crazy.
Especially for athletes though. You gotta think they giving them, man, $100-200 million. You don't think they're gonna be on your ass every day all day?
Yeah, and if you get mad at somebody, you can hop on your Instagram story and say, hey, fuck so-and-so. And if you do that as a basketball player, it's like World War III.
Especially today now.
Yeah.
Crucified.
That's why the basketball players want to be like the rappers, because they admire the freedom that the rappers have, and then the rappers
want to be like the athletes
because they admire the fame, because like basketball is fucking gigantic, or football or whatever. But then also,
no, they contracts is crazy.
Yeah, the money
That's
too.
really
Yeah,
what it is.
And if you're somebody who sits in a studio rapping and smoking weed all day, you're looking at these dudes training and being in incredible shape, and it is like there's something very, very attractive about that. Even though I'm sure when you're actually doing the two-a-days that you're just like, this sucks.
But them athletes though, they bitches be getting fucked.
For sure.
Real shit.
For sure.
Not the rappers?
Not
rappers,
like that.
It's some rappers bitches getting fucked, but
Yeah,
athletes like
they cornballs a lot. Not all of them, but there's a big amount of them are cornballs, and they
like,
females. They like the rappers.
You could be a cornball and begin $100 million a year playing basketball or whatever. But as a rapper, that's tough to pull off.
But the
like,
bitch ain't gonna like.
Yeah, it's the lifestyle.
Yeah, she like the
really
lifestyle, but she may really like you.
This lifestyle, like it's okay. The lifestyle for the athletes, the bitch can get whatever she want. But at the end of the day, a bitch want to be in the club with a nigga with all this jewelry on, and the bitch is looking at her like, how's you with him?
Yeah.
You feel me? That's what a bitch really want. Like,
I think about that all the time, that if I was single, that all the things that make me successful are also things that would be a big impediment to me, like fucking with a bunch of chicks, because they don't want, you want to hang out with me? I'm in here 10 hours a day? Like, that's not fun to a lot of women.
Well, you are a porn star.
Well, that's different, yeah. I didn't want him to know.
I seen your email though.
Oh. What email?
It said OnlyFans at nojumper.com.
You see the plug talk shit?
We didn't send you that.
Why
email.
you trying to get us?
Wait.
This nigga, man.
Does the form he signs when he comes in say that he might be on OnlyFans?
I swear to God, it say OnlyFans at nojumper.com.
We might need a different form, because I think they might have gave you the wrong form.
I put that email down too for the form. I clicked that.
That's a good idea.
You on a mailing list now.
We should add everybody to the Plug Top mailing list. That's a great idea. Damn.
Y'all crazy.
Oh Lord. All right. I was watching the Leave It in the Streets video, and you had your whole side bandaged up. What was that?
I got shot.
Yeah, but like that recently? I didn't. Have you talked about that in an interview or anything?
No, not for real.
What happened?
I got shot.
I figured if you got shot 4 months ago, I would know about it. But what the fuck happened? Like
I got shot.
Right. Okay. I feel you. Damn. So maybe you should leave Detroit.
Not for real.
No? It was just a one-off? You don't think it's going to happen again or anything?
You got shot.
Not for real. I got shot.
Right.
I got shot. Like, you feel me? It ain't really affect me that much. It really turned me up. If you really think about it in a sense, I got shot. And then my life changed.
Right.
For real.
But related to that or just unrelated?
I got shot.
Does that worry your team? Is your team like, hey, man, we want to get you out of these environments?
No, because they know how I am. I thrive in that type of shit. Like, I thrive in it. Like, I love the ghetto for real. Everybody know me, know I love it. And that's really my problem. That's really why I don't really want to leave Detroit. I love that shit. Like, well, you know how, like, you get in the streets and then it's like a rush to you.
Right.
For real. Like, I don't want, by no means am I negative or nothing, but I like it. Like, you feel me? Not negativity, but the shit that, I like it. Like,
That shit's polarizing.
yeah.
It really is, though.
But don't you feel like you've known a million people in your life who at one point in their life said, like, I love the hood. I'm never leaving out the hood. And then at some point they get money and they just leave.
Nigga, I left that motherfucker.
Hey, I ain't living in the hood. Like,
Right, okay.
I don't live in the hood. I go to the hood. Like,
But you go see your people,
my
so.
people still know me. I still pull up. They know it's nothing that They won't do that. I won't do, like, you feel me? They'll do that. I won't, you feel me? I still, you feel me?
Right.
If it's on the floor, I'm gonna get a shootout with my homeboys. Like, we go for sure. We rocking and rolling together.
It's on the flow.
For
I
sure.
forgot. I ain't said that in a while. It's on the flow though.
No, that's just how it be though. With me, I'ma always extend my hand back to the hood. I'm always be in tune with the streets, regardless. That's just what I came from.
Right. So, all right, what's the plans in terms of now that you're signed and everything? I was listening to crack music too in the whip on the way here, but like, what's the next project going to be, and how are you going to take shit to the next level?
I got an EP dropping on Friday. It's called We Eat the Most. My label wanted me to drop the EP, but I'm trying to have a big 2023. It's like you said, I want to be a stadium artist, so I'm going to have a lot of big features and shit like that next year.
Need them anthems.
For sure, them anthems.
Definitely. Yeah, man. I'm glad we were able to get in here and everything. So is there anything else that we should know about in terms of stuff you want the fans to keep an eye out for?
I got a project dropping Friday.
Right.
That's all I.
And he got shot.
You
So.
feel me? I got shot too.
You got to make that T-shirt.
You feel me?
Sell the shirts. I got shot. 4%.
I'm still alive.
No, I don't like that song. Cause then that's like you gotta accept that you got shot. But
Right.
that song is like teasing, like that's weird.
Yeah, they
if
gonna
you
come
do that.
back, double back on you.
Not even that they gonna come back, like you just poking fun at some shit that you really got shot, nigga. Like
Right.
you feel me?
So the kid who made that song got shot, and then he just makes that song. And then the other day, I seen a video of another kid who got shot and almost died in the fucking hospital, and he's filming himself with that
That was
song playing. I'm like,
That was a thing.
To
like,
keep it real, if you get shot, what you gonna play?
what's the first song that's going to come to mind?
I'm still alive.
Yeah.
I'm still alive.
I'm gonna play Get It Back in Blood.
Damn. So you're going to join the BD, the Pooh Shiesty BD Alliance over there in Chicago? You're going to take a trip out there soon?
Don't answer that.
I don't know what that is. For real.
Well, okay. When Back in Blood came out, it was kind of like, oh, like this is like a Marvel movie where all of a sudden, like Lil Durk and King Von are joining forces with Pooh Shiesty to take on.
I just thought it was
Anonymous.
a great song.
Right.
But yeah.
And I thought that for a long time before I realized what was going on in the song. And then I was like,
See,
this is a
I
great
don't-
song and it's messy.
Them ain't his politics.
Yeah, I don't know them politics. Like, for sure, that was exactly. Yeah,
But that's a combining of politics because you got Memphis and Chicago coming together.
How you know?
I mean, pay attention. You know,
you is a crazy man.
I'm in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I ain't gonna lie. Adam,
What?
I just want to tell you.
I'm too deep?
No, you messy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
You better stop where you get shot.
I don't think Adam gonna get shot. Then y'all have somebody come here with a gun or something.
Many times.
This is my homeboy. I ain't gonna let
I
nobody
got a
shoot him.
bulletproof vest.
Hey, didn't somebody try to get down in here and y'all shot him or something? What happened?
I don't know about that.
Some people got down in here.
Somebody got
Nobody shot him.
hit right where you sitting.
Y'all always getting somebody hit or something going down in this bit.
Messy shit happens time to time.
You is a crazy man, and I think you like it. Like,
Nah,
do.
Not like that.
You sock a nigga, you get a promotion here.
wait, you socked the nigga? Who
I
socked the
did.
nigga?
Somebody else did.
Who socked the nigga?
He's not here right now.
Why they sock him?
He got a promotion after
He called
that.
him a bitch.
For real?
It would be like if you and AD started arguing and calling each other bitch
Like
to the
we
face.
can fight right
Yeah.
now. They gonna be like, I'm getting a promotion.
For sure.
The views is up.
For sure. But I would, like, you can't disrespect a man like that.
Yeah.
I don't care how mad I get at somebody. If I call you a bitch, I'm probably ready to hit you in your shit.
For sure.
That's why it was kind of hard to be super mad at the host to hit him because it's like, well,
He disrespected that man. You don't
You
call
know.
that man no bitch.
yeah, there's only a few words that could really get that reaction. Although to be fair, Suspect did call him a bitch first.
And through his paperwork.
I'm on tracks, boy. All right. Skilla,
Yeah.
appreciate you coming in, man.
Appreciate y'all.
No doubt. Good things coming.
Swear to God.
Turn my guy up on all streaming services and YouTube and whatnot. Thank you to AD for co-hosting.
You a messy man.
Community clips,
Community,
etc.
etc.
Skilla Baby, No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, Instagram, etc. Like, comment, and subscribe. NoJumper.com if you want to support.
And join the OnlyFans mailing list.
Bow, bow. Yeah.